Hey everybody, my name is Ethen Ostroff. I am a personal injury lawyer in the Philadelphia area. My job is to make sure that no matter where your case is, gets the best representation possible for whatever kind of situation you're going through. Today I'm going to talk through property damage claims specifically regarding your home, not your car. I'm going to get into that in another video, but today I'm going to talk through your home property damage because this is a really important topic with hurricanes and different issues that are happening across the world. So before I get into that, make sure to hit that subscribe button, follow along where I will make sure your case, whether it's a personal injury case or a property damage case, is protected. So a couple of pieces I'm going to talk through today. In terms of your insurance, when you make a claim, which you should not be afraid to do, this is why you have insurance on your home. This is why it is mandatory to have home insurance. If you own a house and you are going through something, whether it's a hurricane or some sort of issue, you should not bear the cost yourself. This is why we have insurance. I'm going to go through 6 different points as to what you should think about when you're thinking about what kind of insurance you have and what you want in insurance and how you should take those next correct steps. So let's take the scenario that you just had a horrible hurricane and your roof was just ripped off by wind. I'm also going to talk through water damage and flood damage a little bit later. So let's take the scenario that you have a horrible situation going on in your home. You've got water pouring in every ceiling. And I can tell you I personally dealt with that. This room, that is my YouTube studio, right over there, there was water pouring into my ceiling. So I did a little bit of research on this myself. So first thing to think about, not all insurance policies are the same, okay? Not all insurance policies are the same. Some people, it's mandatory to have flood insurance. Other people, it's not. Now, let me tell you how I dealt with that because I had flooding in my house. I had specific coverage for sump pump failure, but I did not have flood insurance. So if you look through your policy and you have water damage, what the insurance company is going to try to say to you is if you have water damage in your house that you don't have flood insurance unless it was caused by wind and damage to your roof. Okay? So let's take that hurricane example. Let's say that water came in from your ceilings. And let's say that an insurance adjuster comes out to your house. The first thing they're going to look for is, was there bad work and is this an old roof? Okay, was there bad work and is this an old roof? You do not have the ability to blame the insurance company for bad work to your roof. Now let me explain that. Let's say that you knew you had an older roof and you tried to get it repaired and they did a bad job and you had water coming in through your ceiling. Unless you get a very nice insurance adjuster, you're not going to get coverage for that situation. They do not insure bad work. They insure wind damage. So if there's wind damage that caused water to get into your house, the water is secondary to the wind damage. If the water came in due to the wind, then you will have coverage in pretty much any insurance policy. But if you don't have flood damage, let's say that water poured in through your basement and you're on a floodplain and you don't have flood insurance, unless you have a sump pump down there and you can point to sump pump failure, you're not going to get coverage when your water heater gets flooded out. Not all insurance policies are the same. If you need flood insurance, get flood insurance. If you don't have it, you're not going to get coverage for it. Next, don't settle on a bad contractor. If you get the work done and they do it bad, again, you don't have insurance for bad work. You have insurance for bad things that happen to your house. Next, you may use emergency measures to protect your property from additional damage, and you may be compensated for that. That's called mitigation. Mitigation. Let's say that sump pump you had didn't work well enough. Let's say it wasn't high enough industrial standard. You might be able to get a nicer sump pump and they may be able to cover you for it if you ask for it. So if that is a situation, look in your insurance policy, ask your adjuster that you've worked with or your broker that you've worked with and say, hey, I don't want this flood to flood out my water heater again. If I were to get this nicer, setup so that I'm protected, can I potentially get some payment for that? Next would be you may be reimbursed for expenses outside of the coverage of your home. So let's say you need to relocate to some sort of hotel because your house is flooded out. You may get reimbursed for that. So make sure to ask for it. Then last, if you have adequate coverage, you are entitled to be paid for the full restoration of your house to the pre-loss condition. Do not let an insurance company push you around on this. This is where a lot of these first-party claims come in. If you live in Louisiana and your roof was ripped off, you're entitled to your roof being as nice as it was before it got ripped off. Do not let an insurance company take advantage of you in that situation. But if you don't have flood insurance and you're making a claim that truly was a flood claim, you're going to have a hard time. So make sure that you look through that policy so you're adequately protected so you can make a claim to protect yourself if you need it. Thanks so much. Make sure to click that subscribe button, follow along where I'll make sure that you are protected in your legal situation. Thanks.